What is up, YouTube fragrance family and friends? It's Tommy with Studio Sense. Today we're going to be taking a look at a fragrance from what I call somewhat of an underdog fragrance house. When we come back, we're going to take a closer look at a new 2021 release from Tommy Bahama called Maritime Triumph. Is it going to be a triumph? Time will tell. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to take a closer look at a new 2021 release from the house of Tommy Bahama called This was released very quietly, very recently. Not a lot of people know about it. It's not one of those that you'll even find on Fragrantica just yet. Maritime Triumph has a couple things going against it. Number one, it's a Tommy Bahama release, and number two, it's an eau de cologne, and not a ton of people are super excited about an eau de cologne concentration because it's meant for just a really light spritz out of the shower, and it only lasts for a few hours. However, this one, I like the note breakdown. So before we talk about those notes though, let's take a look at that presentation. I've got a couple of fragrances from this line. There's Maritime Journey and there's Deep Blue, and they're very, very similar in terms of presentation. It's got a kind of like the waves of the ocean. You can actually feel it embossed on the box. It's kind of the pattern there. So you've got like a solid gold square here that says Tommy Bahama Maritime Triumph. The lettering, of course, is actually the box embossed out of it. And then For Him. This is an eau de cologne concentration, 4.2 ounces, so it's a 125 ml bottle. On the back, you've got your warning label, ingredients, and distribution information, and then on the very bottom, similar information plus stamps and your batch code. I really like this particular line for their presentation. The bottles are really nice. They're kind of a nod towards the overall theme. The Tommy Bahama is all about tropical, oceanic, and in this case, the very lid itself is what's called a cleat. So when you pull up to a dock in your boat and you're what's called mooring it, you put your docking, your mooring line on the cleat so that the boat doesn't float away, into the ocean. So that's really cool. And so you've got your actual nautical rope that's tied off in the way that you actually would tie it off. Is called a figure 8 or an 8. The juice itself is a light yellow color, and you can't really tell from the color what it's going to be like. And really that's what kind of piqued my interest and intrigued me about this fragrance. So let's take a look at that note breakdown. Tommy Bahama Maritime Triumph features top notes of bergamot, mandarin orange, cardamom, and violet leaf, with heart notes of pimento, cedar leaf, nutmeg, and labdanum, resting on a base of cashmere wood, patchouli, amber, and saffron. Firmenich perfumer Frank Vogel is the nose behind the fragrance itself, and I'm very interested with that note breakdown, what this is going to smell like. I really like the note of cashmere or cashmerein or cashmere wood in a fragrance because it's most often used in fragrances that are best utilized for winter, colder weather, which is an interesting release for Tommy Bahama for a summertime release. Maybe he's trying to cut it down the middle and play both sides. That would be an interesting release. So I tell you what, instead of talking about it, let's go ahead and bust into this and try out that juice and see what it's like. We can mediate our expectations a little bit because it is an eau de cologne, so it's not going to be super strong. There's not a ton of perfume oils in here, so it's not going to be overwhelming. but I'm hoping that it has enough body to recommend to you guys for purchase, because it's been a while since Tommy Bahama's come out with something. Deep Blue was really good, and I did like Maritime Journey, but I'm interested to see where this is going to go. Atomizer is pretty good. Once it's primed, it gets a nice little spritz of spray there in a nice decent quarter size radius. I like that. I like that. Maritime Triumph isn't something special, but I don't think it's trying to be anything special or anything really unique. Nothing really jumps out and grabs me by my nose and says, wow, this is setting a new trend. But I like it. I like it. It's doing what it's doing really well in terms of the overall scent profile. It's really nice and clean, but it also is, because it's got some notes in it that tend to be in fragrances that are of a little bit darker ilk. It's really got a fresh, soapy, not really a talcumy or powdery, but like a fruity clean. So the amber, the patchouli, the cashmere wood, and the nutmeg are giving this very much a warm, ambery vibe about it. So it's got a very warm body to it, similar to fragrances that are good for obviously cooler weather. But this doesn't feel like a cold weather fragrance. There's no weight to it. There's no heaviness about it. It's not super sweet. It doesn't seem cloying or claustrophobic at all. It's just very light. I really like it, especially for an eau de cologne. I'm never very impressed with eau de colognes. The last eau de cologne that I tried from Tommy Bahama was, I think, Tommy Bahama Cool, and I did not like it, do not like it. I think it's just a throwaway kind of fragrance. This is not, so far anyway. Like an exclusive something that you don't smell all the time, that's used for a daily activity like bathing. So it's very, very soapy clean in an amber sort of way. And it's good that it's 125 mils, so you don't have to worry about like being stingy with your spray. Spray all you want. Yes, man, that is really nice. Right off the heels of Mont Blanc Explorer Ultra Blue, which was overall a negative review, I'm really happy that this is a positive review. I'm really happy this is a good fragrance. It's been a while since I've been able to recommend an eau de cologne with a kind of ease and confidence that I can definitely recommend Maritime Triumph. So overall, what you get is really nice, lightly dry, earthy patchouli enveloped by this warm, lightly sweet amber and amber woods. That combined with the cashmere wood in here is just giving it a really nice, it's almost like a kind of driftwood. You know how like you get that Aqua de Jo driftwood note? It's almost like the cashmere wood is a darker wood note in here, but it's also very aquatic. It's got a nice aquatic sense to it without being cheap, you know, without being that whole vacation beachy tropical vibe to it that you get out of St. Bart's or St. Kitts, which I like those, but this is standing on better legs. Definitely better quality fragrance, even as an eau de cologne, when those are eau de toilette. Cardamom lending a little bit of sweetness in there. You've got some pimento, some cedar leaf, and other woods that are giving this just an overall very nice, woodsy, warm, spicy, lightly spicy feeling and vibe. It is going to be a perfect casual wear fragrance at the office because it's not going to be, this isn't going to overpower anyone. Well guys, that's it for my unboxing and first impression of Tommy Bahama's Maritime Triumph. I'm really happy to say that this is a good quality casual wear eau de cologne. Now the thing about Tommy Bahama Maritime Triumph, it is a limited edition. As a limited release, there may not be a ton of these and the price may not drop a tremendous amount. Look for it to drop anywhere from 40 to 50 bucks and that will be a really good deal. That's when I would pick it up. Thanks so much for stopping by and checking out today's unboxing and first impressions of Tommy Bahama's Maritime Triumph. If you've got this fragrance, let me know what your thoughts are. If you have any other Tommy Bahama fragrances that you feel are your favorite, let me know that as well. Always enjoy hearing your thoughts in the comments. Again, thanks for watching, and as always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.